As of today, November 13th, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has boldly defied the court's plan for the 20th of this month, should be the final judgment in his case. He is claiming that he sensed an unlawful final ruling ahead of time and has gone to the Supreme Court to challenge it. As far as I can tell, this trial will conclude before November 20th for me, and not because of some audacious actions Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking in advance.
So, when you're in her office, this is the thing. They give a directive that count 7 doesn't exist anymore. So that they should amend it, change it, it doesn't exist. I still play to that 740 law.
Yes, it was an error.
It's not an error, big error. So I want them to correct
that. That was one of the motions you asked. That appeal.
That's right.
All right, my people, we have a very serious breaking news, and this one is already shaking Abuja from the top to the bottom. I want you to pay close attention because what happened today is not ordinary. And as usual, before we continue, make sure you like and subscribe, because what we're about to reveal will open your eyes to things the mainstream media will never explain to you. Now let's go straight into it. Today being the 13th of November, 2025, something happened that has never happened since this entire trial began. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, inside the DSS custody under strict restrictions, under surveillance, and barely allowed to even file simple documents, was physically taken to the Supreme Court of Nigeria, not Federal High Court, not Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court. And he went there with one mission, to personally submit a letter to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, asking the Supreme Court to discontinue his terrorism trial immediately. My people, this is not a small move. When a detainee bypasses every lower court and goes straight to the top of the judicial food chain, it means one thing. Something is not adding up, and he wants the highest court in the land to take responsibility for what they started. Because let's be honest, the entire problem started from the Supreme Court's controversial ruling of December 15th, 2023. And what Kanu is asking today is simple. If the Supreme Court says I should be tried, then the Supreme Court should also answer one question: under which law am I being tried? This is the same question Justice Omotosho has been avoiding, the same question the prosecution has been dancing around, the same question DSS keeps blocking him from filing. And now he has forced that question straight to the doorstep of the Chief Justice. This alone is enough to cause panic. Because Kanu is not saying free me. He is not saying reduce my charges. He is saying, you people used a repealed law to send me back to trial. Correct your mistake. Now let me explain the weight of this so you understand it clearly. This terror law they used to remand him, the 2013 Terrorism Act, has been dead since May 12th, 2022. Buhari repealed it and replaced it with the 2022 Act, no savings clause. Meaning once the new law came in, the old one ceased to exist. It became a legal corpse. No judge can touch it. No prosecutor can revive it. No court can act on it. Yet the Supreme Court used it. And now the defense team has come back full force, calling out the entire foundation of the case. They said point blank that anybody claiming Kanu has a case to answer does not understand the law. They said the 2013 Act no longer exists and cannot sustain prosecution. They said the Federal High Court lacks jurisdiction because Kanu was abducted from Kenya without extradition. They referenced the Kenyan High Court judgment confirming the illegal rendition. They reminded Nigeria of the Court of Appeal ruling that discharged him on the same basis. And for the first time, they made it very clear that what is happening is not a trial. It is a legal theater built on an illegal foundation. Now, here's where it gets even more serious. This move today directly affects the November 20th judgment. Because if the Supreme Court agrees that the law used is invalid, the entire trial collapses overnight, beginning.
As a northerner, why do I like the Igbo people? Most of them are resilient and they are courageous. That does not mean you don't have cowards among them. When you say a particular tribe has this character, What it means is that more than 70% of them, they have that character. But you can still have some persons again who do not have such characters. So now this is a region that more than 70% of them are resilient. They are very hardworking. They are courageous. And they love their leader. We in the North, we also love him. Mr. President, I appeal to you. In the interest of national healing, I appeal to you, please, let this case be discontinued so that we can have peace in the Southeast. So that we can have peace in the entire country. And it will be to your credit that during your tenure, the Southeast was stabilized. It is far better. And the votes you are looking for, you will get it easily without spending money. Because in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he does not need to give people money. After he's in detention, look at what we are going through because of him. Because we believe in him. So that's the appeal to Mr. President. And the President, let me say this, he's a listening President. You'll be shocked that before 20 this case will continue. Because I wrote a letter to President Tinubu, less than a month, he replied. I was shocked. How is this possible? That's the president of over 200 million people. How is it? I have written letters to governors. For more than 2-3 months, they have not replied. And you, as the president of the entire country, you are replying in less than a month. How do you do this? So that's why I'm using this medium to appeal to President Tinubu. There's no need for this case to continue like.
What do you say to those who argue that Kanu detention is illegal under international law? Some others say that he's a terrorist and all kinds of allegations. What is the truth? Given the little you know about him, your interaction with him in the last 2 months while in detention, what do you think?
I think by my little exposure, and my stay in the North and in some other parts of the country where I have had cause to listen to persons who have directly or indirectly met with terrorists, I should know one when I see a terrorist. A terrorist will not be talking about peace. I was shocked when I met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was always emphasizing about peace and justice. So a terrorist will not want people to live peacefully. A terrorist, you see, there are some things I don't want to reveal because of the security implication. But because there are some persons in detention that anytime they have opportunity, because not all the time they bring you out, when they have opportunity to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Fulani girl that the first time I met her in that detention was when I saw her with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. She had gone there to complain, to ask for favor. So I was shocked, why is this? Yeah, because they don't usually allow that. That's one good thing about the DSS facility. They don't allow that at all. But the girl was to be taken out for medication. So she saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and quickly started talking to her because she doesn't speak English fluently, and there was a gap in communication. So I had to come in. I realized that she has more confidence in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu than even her own father. By the way she was talking, Mazi was consoling her. That do this. She said she was even complaining that she has stayed here for a long time. She doesn't want. She was talking about even committing suicide. Mazi was consoling and telling her what to do. That's the kind of. If a terrorist will not bring, I'm talking about a Fulani lady, and they are virtually all tribes you find there. Everybody in the detention facility rallies around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the way he was always speaking to me, a terrorist will not be talking like that. And okay. Another thing again, on a Salah day, that Salah I spent in detention, the big Salah, I, as a Muslim, I felt irritated. But even Mazi, he doesn't, he tolerates all of these things. Because on that Salah day, during the celebration, the Muslims usually shout, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. But they were shouting. So I was calling, you see, this detention facility, they are Muslims, they are Christians, they are others. Aside that, you don't have, it's not, even if all of us are Muslim, you don't have to shout and disturb others. At this particular time, some persons want to sleep. Some persons wants to just sit down quietly. You cannot be shouting like this. But throughout, for the 3 days that happened in the detention facility, he will not complain. Instead, those who want to come, because when people have problem, they run to him, not even to DSS officers who are supposed to take care of us. He will tell them, no, it's just for a short period of time. Just be patient. When you live with people, you have to tolerate them.
Welcome back once again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to make effort to make sure he halts down and stops Justice James Omotosho from exhibiting the miscarriage of injustice he's planning to do on the 20th November 2025. Remember that particular day, Justice James Omotosho has slated to be a judgment day for this particular Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. No